So, I was gonna wake up this morning. I usually expect myself to get myself something to eat and set up my recording equipment. Well, not exactly mine, but uh, get things ready, start to go a new reactions video. But yeah, you can see it right now. I had everything set up right here, but right now I'm not recording for silly video, but just to share my thoughts on this. I was not expecting this to be one of the first few things to show up when I decide to browse the internet. So, for shortly, Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, ever since the 90s, per se, is going to step down from the voice of Mario. I know a lot of the other YouTubers are talking about this, and this might be a little redundant, but I can't help but want to share my own thoughts about this whole thing. So let's read it over. This was posted on Nintendo on Twitter. It says, Charles Martinet has been the original voice of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64. Charles is now moving into the brand new role of Mario Ambassador. With this transition, he will be stepping back from recording character voices of our game, but he will continue to travel the world, sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. It has been an honor with Charles to help bring Mario to life, and so many years. We want to thank and celebrate him. Please keep an eye out for a special video message from Shigeru Miyamoto and Charles himself, which we will post in a future date. Nintendo. So, but he's not obviously stepping down from being a voice actor, as far as I'm aware, but he is closing off his chapter in his life from doing the voice of not just Mario, but also Luigi, Waluigi, Wario. Did I mention Wario? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. No. Yeah, especially Wario. Has he done other more voices? Well, if you wanted to include the Mario movie, he also voiced Giuseppe, who was basically homage to Mario's original debut appearance as Jumpman, as well as Mario's dad, which is a very fitting voice in that movie. But to the point, yeah, this is a really sad news. It's not like I'm saying that he passed away, but this is clear that this is him stepping down was eventually going to happen, and it is really unfortunate. This is speaking from Sonic fan who experienced Sonic's voice to be recasted once in a several years. Well, not unfortunately. I'm not saying fortunately. I'm not. I'm just blabbering right now. But uh, to the point, it's. I know eventually Charles would have to step down and will be recasted, but I was not expecting right now. So, if you're thinking about it, I would say for any original recordings, Super Mario Wonder might be the last Mario game that Charles does a new recording, as far as I'm aware. Because for the longest time, uh, when they do Nintendo Mario spin-offs, they just recycle existing voice clips of Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, and that's it. But whenever there's a significant new title, then Charles is brought in to do new recording. So yeah, it is likely the Super Mario Wonder is Charles' last uh, original new voice recording for him. Um, I'll it's I just rambling at this point. I just not sure what else to say. It is really unfortunate to see this because when I first held a video game controller, the very first game I ever played was Mario Kart 64 on, well, you guess, the Nintendo 64. And that was basically my first time knowing about Mario. And of course, that's where I first heard Charles Martinet's voice of Mario. And ever since then, I grew up with that voice of Mario since Nintendo 64 days. I've been around that long, so I basically grew up with almost I essentially almost every game that Charles came into the voice. So to see this is a little heart wrenching. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but on the bright side of things, Charles is still going to support Mario in as a Mario ambassador. So, if I'm guessing this correctly, if you have followed his social media accounts, he loves doing the Mario's voice there and such. So I think one thing's for certain, if what we got here is basically an official confirmation that Charles is basically allowed to probably do his Mario's voice in his own social media account. It's basically Nintendo's seal of approval, letting him still use his voice outside of Mario games. At least that's what I think. I mean, he's been doing it for years already, and Nintendo has not done anything to be like, oh, you're not allowed to do Mario's voice out our games. What are you doing? They didn't do that. But right here, it just actually reassures that Charles is more free to do Mario's voice outside of Nintendo anytime he wants. So that's good. And we also will be seeing a special video later down the road. Later this year, maybe near the end of August. It's hard to say. I'm still wrapping my head around this. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like, what happens then? Is future Mario games just gonna be all original? No, not recycled voice clips of Mario in previous games? But then that takes away whenever they do a brand new Mario game. Because whenever they do a significant brand new game, whether it's a 3D platformer, a console release kart racer, Mario Kart, they always bring him back to do original new voice recordings. Those are significant to bring him back. So would this mean that they're going to just keep the original recordings for those significant new games? It's hard to say. At this point, this definitely means that Nintendo's is gonna have no choice but to recast Charles. So, yeah, it's hard to say. It's Charles Mario voice as well as easy. Essentially, is not hard to replicate. It's me, Mario. Yahoo! It's like it's not hard. They could bring in any voice actor, but I feel they also the person who to be taking over would have need to bring that spirit and energy. And so far, the only technically official Nintendo voice to take over as Mario is Chris Pratt from the Mario movie. And surprisingly, he does a good Mario. If you remember the Super Mario Bros. Plumber commercial, he does the accents. He does it very well. He has the energy. He brought the voice. You can kind of hear Chris's own voice there, but it is without a doubt Mario. It is Mario. Chris Pratt was able to do Mario's voice. He's able to carry that energy in that commercials. And honestly, I would not mind the idea of Chris actually taking over. I'll be honest. And if you say that he's a big time Hollywood actor, it's gonna be so hard to bring him back. But if you consider the fact that Charles' voice has been recycled a lot. I don't think that's a big problem. They just bring Chris Pratt to do one game or two, and you're good to go. They just use the same recycled voice clips over and over, make spin-offs, and when they find the time to do a brand new important game, and if Chris Pratt's schedule is good, then yeah. I mean, that's kind of has always been the case for Charles Martinet when he did the voice of Mario. Like I said before, he just do a couple games, and one of them gets recycled over and over and over and over. So yeah, but what does this also mean for Waluigi, Wario and Luigi? Would that mean we have to? I I doubt that like whoever will take over voice of Mario will be taking over as Luigi and such. I mean, their voice are easy to do. Say, I can't do Luigi's now. I can't do Luigi at the moment, but I'm just like, it's hard to say. This probably the first in a long time where they actually cast multiple voice actors to do the four plumbers. But yeah, that's all I can say. I don't know if Charles or Nintendo is watching this. I doubted it. I am a very. This is a very small channel. It's a small channel. I will admit that. I just want to share my thoughts in not typing it down, where it just could be glazed over. This video will likely be glazed over too. I just want to share my personal thoughts, really letting it all out. I just can't just. I feel this is a very disservice if I just type it down my thoughts. This is too important. As a long time Mario fan growing up from Mario Kart 64, this is a big deal. So, Charles Martinet, thank you so much for everything you've done for Nintendo. It means so much of me. Your voice is iconic. Probably more so than Mickey Mouse. I am not kidding. That's all I can say. It's just, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Till next time. Bye bye.